Here on the Colour of Country Life, we're chatting with Heidi Girolamo, MLC, about this issue of the trade office in Europe for the South Australian government. How are you, Heidi?
I'm very good, thanks, Ricky. How are you?
Not bad at all. Now, you're the Shadow Minister for Trade and Investment for the opposition. Why are you concerned about us not going ahead with this trade office, given that Nick Champion says, well, we can use the money to pay for about 6 frontline nurses?
I guess the main reason is that we're facing really challenging times within the export market and particularly in Europe with the Brexit coming into play, that it's very disappointing to see the trade office being closed. I think our farmers and exporters really need that support at the moment, and Minister Champion confirmed tomorrow that there are no new initiatives to support our exporters, and as well as confirming the closure of the office, and it's quite disappointing. I would really like to see more support for the export market during these challenging times.
Well, the Minister in his press release had a bit of a go at the former government for not really progressing it, if I'm paraphrasing here, in terms of not hiring staff or leasing an office. Was it something that was well and truly in motion?
Oh, absolutely. It was a key focus of the former government, and we were committed to opening the office in Paris and considering other offices being opened as well. We value the importance. We don't want to just see junkets or trips to these locations. We want to see people permanently based in these international locations and really championing our produce and everything that's from an export perspective. And it's proven to be very economically effective, and that's why we were very much committed to opening Paris, and everything was very much underway.
Yeah, we marked on the breakfast show here on Flow recently that it was 6 years since Britain voted for Brexit, but they're still somewhat entangled with Europe. Does SA have any other trade offices within the EU itself?
No, if the Paris one doesn't go ahead, then it's only the United Kingdom, which is, again, disappointing, and the reason why Paris was considered such a key office to get up and running, to make sure that support within the European Union was there.
Because when you look at that, really, once Brexit's finalised, there's a whole lot of detail they're still trying to get through, but it does mean then Britain is effectively separate, sovereignly separate to the EU, and that would mean we don't have a European trade office.
Absolutely, and that's why we were quite disappointed with the announcement of the closure of the Paris office. It would have given a great voice for our traders within the European Union, and now full reliance put on the UK when that separation is occurring.
And when you look at the push by Prime Minister Albanese, the Labor government, to try and patch things up with the Macron government, it seems odd that a state Labor government is saying, well, we're not going ahead with setting up a trade office in Paris.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a very disappointing move, and my colleague Sam Talbot did raise concerns around the diplomatic impact as well, and I hope that the government has considered all of those aspects as well, because it is, again, such an important region for us, and we should be supporting trade within the European Union.
Well, when you look at how the rubber hits the road on this topic for our farmers, we know wine's been looking for somewhere else to go with the loss of the Chinese market. Maybe that will come back soon, hopefully, but also they're having a pretty rough heat wave in parts of Europe as well. They may need some of our grain too.
Absolutely, and you're spot on in regards to the wine industry as well, that have faced so many challenges, and this is yet another obstacle for them with they're facing changes in the UK with the structure of the tariffs there, which I know is a big concern within the wine industry. And again, there were no additional support. There was a cut of the e-commerce program that was operating, that was helping a lot of wineries sort of be able to market their goods across the globe. That's been cut, along with no new initiatives or support, as well as significant cuts to the Department of Trade and Investment. All of that's going to have a flow-on effect to the trade market, and it definitely raises a lot of concerns for the opposition.
And I guess lastly, it's not sort of a novel concept for state governments to have trade offices in other countries. I know there's some controversy about former New South Wales Deputy Premier John Barilaro's appointment to a foreign trade office. These are things that state governments do regularly to advance their farmers' interests and other exporters' interests in other countries.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've always been very supportive of these trade offices because, again, it gives that really focused voice within that region, and it's proven to be very effective and to generate a lot of additional trade within those regions.
Well, Heidi Girolamo, thanks for joining us, the Shadow Minister for Trade and Investment for South Australia. Appreciate your time here on Flow.
Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.